Alrighty then, we're back in the building once again, talking about a little twin, right? Talking about y'all boy EJ said he gonna split in the block like he King Von, man, and ain't spent shit. Derek Jane, Jack Crawford getting your numbers, it gets the pay-per-view numbers, and we doing big global numbers over here right now, but we going out of business in PBC, and we doing big numbers, Earl's a global superstar. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's going back to deflection. It's going back to basics. It's going back to the essence of this. They don't want to fight. Been what, 2 weeks? Get out of there. It's been 2 weeks, and we still ain't heard Errol Spence respond. It's been 2 weeks. It's been about a couple weeks. Terence Crawford applied pressure. Errol Spence ain't said nothing since. He responded to Facebook, Twitter beefs. He responding to, boxing managers, but he can't respond to Terence Crawford. In 2023, you just gonna have to let it go. Let it go now. He ain't about that life. Them niggas ain't spending shit where he from in Dallas. The other side of the town got to be the one doing all the spending. Cause they scared to come outside. Hold on. They scared to come outside. He said, man, what 21 Savage said? He said, if he go missing, we gonna spend his parents. Been in Houston as long as Steve Francis. We ain't seen Errol Spence say shit. We ain't seen Errol Spence say nothing. Man, you from Dallas, you claiming that nigga, send him back to Long Island, bro. He ain't no Texas nigga. Them niggas I know in Texas don't get down like that. At all. Them niggas in Texas don't get down like that, bro. Tell me I'm lying. Errol Spence has not spun the block. He ain't attempted to spin the block. All he doing is putting Derek James out there to deflect. He talking about he want to be undisputed. Charlo talking about I ain't gonna never have to move up. Charlo, so I can make 154 pounds for the rest of my career. He said I ain't gonna never have to move up. And that's what he said. I ain't gonna never have to move up. That's what he said. I ain't gonna never have to move up. He just said that. I can make 54 for the rest of my career. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. Was that his his way of dissing Errol Spence and trying to force him to fight Terence Crawford? Could be. Might as well, Craig, man. Stimulate your mind, man. It's Friday. Come on, hit the thumbs up button. It's Friday. That nigga Charlo said, I ain't moving nowhere, nigga. I'll be at 54 for the rest of my life. Now what bitch ass Errol gonna do? Now what Errol gonna do? Not a damn thing, man. Now what Errol gonna do? Now what Errol gonna do? That boy won't say nothing to Crawford, bro. But he quick to say, I never said I wouldn't fight Jamel. I fight anybody. I fight anybody not named Terence Crawford. I never said I'd never fight Jamel. I never said I wouldn't fight Jamel. I'll fight anybody not named Terence Crawford. He ain't said nothing back. He ain't said nothing. Go search the internet. He ain't said nothing. What's that Lil Jon song? What they gonna do? Shit. What they gonna do? This how Jamaicans rolling in 2023, bro. Come on, man. Sean, salute. Dead Game Boxer, salute. Earl and TCU, man. TCU and Fort Worth. I ain't care about no college football. I knew them niggas was gonna lose. I ain't stupid. He Jamaican. Yeah, he sure is. Kobe swear to God he ain't Jamaican. Happy New Year. We're going Happy New Year. Lil Charlo said that. Send it to me, bro. He said it's on Boxer Scene. Hold on. I'll send it to you. He said, I ain't going nowhere, nigga. And to me, it sounds like he sneak dick this and Spence. Could be Sweet Dick and Spence too. Shit, for all we know. Shit, how them Texas niggas, the shit they be doing. Shit, you never know. Hold on. Shit. The way Tank was fondling over Errol Spence at that when he called out old boy. There you go. There you go. I'm fighting that nigga. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'll send it to you, Sean. Hold on, bro. But yeah, come on, man. Nigga, Charlo out here calling the shots. I'm a boss. I call the shots. That nigga telling Errol Spence to go walk the plank, nigga. He telling her, Charlo, you get it out of little Charlo. Remember, he revealed his brother was ducking Canelo. You can get it out of little Charlo. Shit, if you poke hard enough, you get it out of little Charlo. They all know Errol Spence scared to ride on Bud. That's why he ain't spin the block yet. He ain't attempted to spin the block. Watch, and they still ain't responded to Bud. He's gonna be right before he announced his next fight. He gonna say, "Well, we sent Terence Crawford. I just sent Terence Crawford an offer. I just sent Terence Crawford an offer. I just sent him an offer. He ain't trying to fight. He ain't trying to fight. I just sent him an offer. Me." He ain't trying to fight. I love this Spence Charlo channel. Yup, Texas make me great again. What's the deal, CJ? You know what they say. One bud a day, keep the easy route away. Ramon Turner. One bud away. And they said Charlo's be doing a little bit more than cigar weed, cigar bud. They said that nigga, they be on that. Shit that look like wash powder. Ow. James Brown saying, yeah. Come on, man. Dr. Blake was good, bro. Happy New Year. Live from the UK. Blum, blah, clock. You had a Michigan hat on yesterday. And what that to do with varsity in China? Did you hear me say one thing about TCU? They about to get smashed by Georgia. Shit. I really don't be into college football like that no more. I used to follow it and everything. And what about Texas University? Did you know you ain't no TCU fan? Did Texas make it? No. Did Texas A&M make it? Nope. Did Texas Tech make it? Nope. Did SMU make it? Nope. Did Houston make it? Nope. Nope. My whole thing is, why ain't Errol Spence spinning the block? Why ain't Errol Spence responding? Or at least let's get the negotiations for a Charlo fight going. We know Charlo gonna beat Tim Tszyu. That's easy. That's easy work. That's easy work, bro. You know, and now he got his coach out here. Now he got his coach out here doing cleanup duty. Come on. Now he got his coach out here doing cleanup duty, talking about pay-per-view numbers. Well, then why are you talking about going for undisputed? Because when Jeff Horn had the belt, it won't go do no more numbers than Terence Crawford. Come on. Right? If Errol Spence starts to draw, why ain't just make Errol Spence and why y'all just didn't go ahead and make Errol Spence versus Stay Honest if he's such a draw? If Errol can get in the ring with anybody and he the pull, then why y'all go get little Mikey? That's my question. Why y'all go get little Mikey? If Earl's so good, then why ain't they running towards Terence Crawford? And if you ain't gonna fight Terence Crawford, then why ain't nobody, pushing them towards Jerron Ennis then? Why is it Terence Crawford, Jerron Ennis, Terence Crawford? People, Earl got to fight everybody. At the end of the day, Earl on the side of the street with everybody. Terence Crawford didn't create the size of the streets. He didn't create the boxing version or the Spider-Verse. He didn't create that. He didn't create that. And Jerron Ennis trying to play the role, and people, he's avoided, he's this, that, and the third, bro. Risk, you high risk, no reward. What do you get for beating his ass? Just tell me, what do you get for beating him? Nothing. Nothing. Come on, this dude, has he even headlined in an event? Just being honest, has he even headlined the event? Keep it real. Has he even headlined an event? You know? So at the end of the day, y'all talking about, Terence Crawford don't get his numbers up. He ain't got no numbers. This guy ain't got no. Let's see Errol Spence fight somebody and sell. Come on. Who has he fought in his soul? Nobody. He fought Mikey Garcia. Did it sell? Yes, because Mikey Garcia is a draw. He fought Sean Porter. They lied on the pay-per-view numbers. Or Dennis Ugas. They had $30, $35 tickets. So don't sell me that. Don't sell it to me. And now they writing articles where he need to fight somebody good. If he this super duper draw, he should be able to fight any and everybody, and it should sell like Canelo. Canelo gonna go fight John Ryder. It's gonna sell in the UK. Canelo fought Beaver. It's still sold in Las Vegas. It should sell. So don't give me that mush mouth shit. Then he putting cryptic tweets up there talking about I'm fighting April XX. Come on. I'm fighting in April XXX. You know what I'm saying? You just looking like, come on, what you fucking typing in Morse code for, my nigga? We all know who you fighting. Shout out to Ruben Gutierrez. He said Texas make you great again. I'm here to thank Al Heyman, Black Ray Donovan. What up, Robert? Good to see you. Man, we need the Seahawks to lose, bro. They ain't lose, so shit. We're gonna be on the outside looking in. Unless the Rams can make something happen, bro. Hell yeah, whole ass Jets couldn't even get the job done. They ain't shit. But the Seahawks deserve to get in, so I ain't really tripping about it. Spence has to take the final fight. Al Heyman wants to make Thurman fight. I thought he was a boss, but you're right. Earl could fight anybody in this cell. What did he fight? Where has he fought anybody in this soul? Because him and Dennis Ugas, there was a bunch of comps and free tickets given. Shit, they was giving away free tickets for the Mikey fight. Didn't Jerry buy a bunch of tickets? Or am I tripping? When has he been? If he was such a seller, why PBC in the red? Why PBC in the red? Why they begging Canelo to come over there if they selling? That's my thing. That's my whole thing. So that's my whole thing about it. So, but at the end of the day, why ain't nobody talking? This was Errol Spence and Terence Crawford planning to split the block, and he ain't splitting the block by now. Then what? Then what would it be? Everybody be talking about how Terence Crawford lost his pen or Terence Crawford a keyboard warrior, all types of shit. All types of shit. Let's keep it real. He gonna reveal the Keith Thurman fight, right? He gonna reveal the Keith Thurman fight. Whoever he fight next, it's not gonna be Bud or whatever. And everybody gonna have a problem. Everybody gonna act like everything cool with it. Everybody gonna act like everything cool with it. Oh, Bud didn't want to come to the table. This nigga don't want to fight nobody, bro. He's a manufactured PBC fucking bum. That's what he is. He know he ain't shit. He know he ain't. Cause all of a sudden you can say, well, who said I wouldn't fight Jamel? I fight anybody. If that's the case, go fight Terence Crawford. If that's the case, you just was on internet talking about Terence Crawford was lying, showed a rough draft and all that. Nigga, you saw the rough draft then. You saw it. And if you support this clown ass nigga in PBC, you are the problem. You are the problem. We are the viewer. Without the viewer, ain't no Errol Spence. Should nobody be ordering this nigga fight? Nobody. Should nobody be supporting none that he doing going on? Should nobody buy them whole ass shirts? Should nobody go spend all your hard-earned money on them? None of that. Should nobody go spend anybody that's moving like him, you shouldn't go spend your money on. Go break bread with Jamel Charlo. He went and conquered. He went there and became undisputed. He became undisputed. Come on. He became undisputed. That's what it is. He did it. Go support that. Errol Spence said he was going to be undisputed. Don't look like it. Errol Spence said he's going to spin the block. Don't look like it. Don't look like it. Then his coach coming here saying, he can't go up in numbers. His numbers, he got to get numbers up. Pay-per-view's too low. And, numbers up. He got to get his numbers up. You just looking like, bro, we back to that? Where's Dennis Ugas numbers at before y'all fought him? Okay. Where's his numbers at? What type of numbers Mikey Garcia was doing? He had never fought on pay-per-view. Sean Porter, what was his numbers at? Shit, Keith Thurman rumored to do 30,000 pay-per-views. Where's his numbers at? Where's his numbers at? Real talk. Where's his numbers at? So that's the hypocrisy, bro. That's the hypocrisy. How you gonna ask this man for something that other opponents that you fight not delivering? But you know what? He right though. Terence Crawford should have never did shit they said do. He should have he should have stayed with Bob Arum and made that fight happen. Or if it didn't happen, he should have stayed with Bob Arum. He should have stayed with Bob Arum. Straight up. He should have stayed with Bob Arum. Let's keep it real. As soon as you start doing something, like, you know, you be with a woman, or you a woman, you with a man, whatever you prefer. And she said, you know, before we, you know, go further, you got to pay my light bill. You know what I'm saying? Once you pay that light bill to go further, guess what? You don't want to go a little further. You know, she give you some, now you want some top. Now I went from the light bill to pay the rent or pay the car note. You know, at some point, if you draw the line, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to draw the line sooner than later. So when you start, you know, giving up ground, instead of asserting yourself and playing your feet and being dominant, of course, you lose negotiation. He should have never left Bob. In hindsight, when you hear people say, "Well, the bike be done in 3 minutes," get down, get down, get down, get down. He out his rabbit ass mind jumping on my couch. I'm doing like the coach. Come sit next to me, son. Sit. Thank you. Thank you. You want to tell everybody what you did? Hold on. Come here. Yeah, everybody want to see you. Come here. Get up here. Tell everybody what you just did. He alive still. Need a bath though, bro. Tell everybody you alive. Tell everybody you alive. All right, sit next to me, son. Here. Minnie want to get on too. Minnie. She alive. She alive. She alive. That's what Mason that he at the heat. He on the heat. But there they go. I don't even know where I left off at. But shit. This nigga jumped on the couch like he cried. I'll tell y'all what he did to my couch. She evil. Go on, bye. 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 Sorry for the dogs. He said Spencer's worldwide international superstar. Man, shit. More niggas know Dougie Fresh right now in this generation than Errol Spence. He's scared to come outside. Big G, salute. Gee, excuse me. Boots, Bud, and Earl are the but Boots ain't this shit. But I do think he up there if he able to prove it. True media for real though. If they didn't have a double standard when it comes to Crawford, they wouldn't have a standard at all. Shout out to Coach Malachi. Go subscribe to True Media US, True Media Today USA Boxing. That's what I'm saying. Keith Thurman, you know, they said he did 30 racks versus Barrios. I'm pretty sure Bud did more than 30,000 if he fought Barrios. Pretty sure, even before Keith Thurman. No, good. You could express yourself all you want to, Black Ray Donovan. I need 3 of them shirts. I ain't mad at you. He said, "AB, what's going on, bro?" No, Lord told he fought amnesia. He said, Uga signed the contract. Don't give him that. He said, fighting other great fighters makes you great. And what other great fighters have they both fought? Nobody. Errol Spence fought the same people, so I'm not going to get into it with you. Y'all could debate with them. What other great fighters did he fight? Carlos Ocampo. Was he great? I thought so. Did Julius and Nongo unify division? So did Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson got knocked out on a round or 2 round versus Lucas Matias. Did he not? Sean Porter went the distance with Errol Spence. Some people think Sean Porter won. Terence Crawford knocked out Sean Porter. Come on. Where else we going with it at? He fought Mikey Garcia. Ooh. And didn't even knock the motherfucker down. Imagine what Terence Crawford would have did to Mikey Garcia. At any weight, you pick it. He getting stopped. Maybe not 35. Maybe not 35. But 40 and 47, he's stopping Mikey Garcia. Who else did he fight? Dennis Ugas? He's stopping Dennis Ugas. And he's stopping Dennis Ugas before whatever Errol Spence stopped him in. So what are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Who else he got on his resume? And then, you know, and I did a video on this earlier. Y'all don't tell the whole story. Because Terence Crawford, Errol Spence been at the division his whole career. 10 years was last month. 10 years in, November. 10 years he been in the division. 10 years that man been at welterweight. Terence Crawford been there at 4. It'd be 4 come June. So he been there, what, 2.5, 3.5? This man been in the division for 10 years, bro. And still ain't fought Pacquiao. Still didn't fight Mayweather. Still didn't fight Keith Thurman. Think about that for a minute. Of course, when you compare somebody who's been at a division for a whole decade and only got 3 belts to show for it, come on. And ain't fought none of the lineals. Anybody that was considered to be a lineal, he did not fight them. He didn't fight Mayweather. He didn't fight Pacquiao. And he didn't fight Keith Thurman. So anybody that was supposed to be the guy, next up, he never fought the guy. Hence why he doesn't have the Ring magazine belt. Hence why he doesn't have the ring. He's never fought the number 2, the number 1, or he's never fought the next best welterweight. No, he been here for 10 fucking years. Matter of fact, you know what make it a little bit worse? The company that he affiliated with has all promoted or advised all the guys that we talking about. All of them. He's never fought none of them. Sean Porter's never been considered the best at this division. Danny Garcia's never been considered the best at this division. Never. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Oh, he a pit. He a mix. Pit mix lab. Yeah. He a pit. Yeah, he got everybody like his little fucking print on the skin, on his skin. Yep. Everybody like his print. You know, he been on the channel since I got him. So it was about 2018. Yeah, he been. Well, most people who've been around a while, they see him. He don't come on as much as he used to. You mostly see Mason. So you wrong for that. I'm gonna act like Errol Spence and Thurman isn't a good fight. Y'all can't. Nobody said it ain't no good fight. You never heard that come out my mouth. It's interesting. Very interesting. I ain't gonna say it ain't no good fight. But you know, what is Keith Thurman marking off prerequisites where Terence Crawford's not? Come on. Come on. What checks are Keith Thurman checking off that Terence Crawford's not? That's all I want to know. Come on. And then I wasn't the one that said I would never fight Keith Thurman. I never said I was the one that wouldn't fight Keith Thurman. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That wasn't me at all. That was not me. I'm not mad if you ordering it at all. I'm not knocking you. You should do it. That's my opinion. When I say people shouldn't support him, don't listen to me because I got an opinion. Never said, oh, if you do this, you don't come here no more. Yeah, I like you to voice your opinion. Voice it. Glitch around. Like your logo too. Voice your opinion. Just be respectful. You ain't doing that. So I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna muzzle you for having a objective and clear opinion. He said no other box never makes better fight spin with all networks. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. If you're looking at the names or you looking at the quality of fights, I can't tell you that. Because I'm really not watching the hole in the wall fights at the zone. PBC got the bigger brand name fights and they got the best, technical setups. But when you talking about the best fight, I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I don't watch them on no more. Now we talk about main events. Yeah, they main events got a little pizzazz to them most of the time. But overall, top rank. I mean, the zone might have the best fights. They might. We was talking about overall. I couldn't call it. But top rank got a lot of new growth. They got a lot of new growth. Top rank really building for the future. Cool man, 7 salute. Happy New Year's. Unseen boxing salute. Look at the babies in there. I see the kids with all their trophies. Shout out to them. Man. But that's what it is. Top rank building for the long haul. It was rumors that the zone was trying to purchase top rank too. I think it'd have been a lot more, in my opinion. It'd have been more cheaper had they purchased the zone than BT Sports. I mean, top rank than BT Sports, but they said the BT Sports deal got too rich for their blood. They was gonna buy that. So they got too rich for their blood. It was in talks about a zone at 1.2, but like I said, what prerequisites is Keith Thurman hitting that Bud ain't hitting? Oh, he got a sign over here. If I'm Terence Crawford and that's all it is, I mean, but then again, I don't know what sign over there in details. So I can't tell nobody to sign a contract that I mean, you giving up intellectual property, bro. Are you giving up intellectual or property that's already established, like logos, t-shirts? You know what I'm saying? Your business, your gym. What type of property you actually, we give or we take, we get, rights over any property that you create for the next 10 years. It's a lot they go into that. So I'll be damned if I tell a nigga to sign a contract and I ain't read it. And that go for Errol Spence too. He knew what he signed up for. It don't seem like he come from no poor background where we show him $50,000 to sign on the line and he don't know what he signed up for. He know exactly what he signed up for. But if Terence Crawford ain't willing to sign for it, guess what? It means 3 things. It means he ain't hurting for money. It means he been around the sun a few more times to know how dirty the business is. And third one, he ain't desperate enough to sign no bullshit. When you desperate, you do stupid shit. We all know that. How many people gonna take a chance at robbing somebody when they got a pocket full of money? Nobody. Who gonna take that chance? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with you at the bar. If you have a piece of decent ass at the crib, you ain't really at the bar. If you at the bar or you at a place, whatever, you at a shindig, and you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna be looking to smash anything because guess what? I can go home and get what I got at home. You catch my drift? So I'm looking for something better. At least in the looks department. You know what I'm saying? Or at least something on par. You know what I'm saying? So, Come on. He didn't have to fight anyone that showed. How he didn't have to fight anyone? How can you be a world champion and didn't have to fight nobody? Who did Errol? Okay. Let's slow it down. Who did Errol Spence fight that's so good? Let's just go there. Who did Errol Spence fight that was so good? What was the fight that Errol Spence was in that he was an underdog, or is a 50-50 fight on the books? It's not. So let's not acting like his career is so. If he fought Jerron Boots Ennis, everybody in Terence Crawford, everybody would say Boots is the most talented fighter that he fought. You probably can't say the best because he don't have world champions titles that he not accomplished. You can't say that. You know? So, when you start looking at stuff, bro, like that, let's be real. We acting like a dude who been in a division. Get out of there. She's just trying to make work for me at this point. But y'all acting like a dude, and don't forget you can listen to this on Amazon. Sorry for being ghetto today. I'll get it together one day. You can find this on Amazon and Google Podcasts and all that type of stuff. You get the link tree, we everywhere. It's Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Want to support the channel, thumbs up the videos. The best way you can do it, share it, subscribe, tweet it out, Reddit it. Appreciate y'all. All right. But yeah, acting like he did something spectacular. Now, had he beat Mayweather, beat up Keith Thurman for the couple belts, that's something that you can stand on. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can stand on. I respect that. When Keith Thurman had the belts, he took the belts from Keith Thurman. But then again, had that been the case, they would have made it happen for him to be undisputed already. You know? If that was the case, that's the thing about it. Y'all acting like the resumes are polar opposites. Who did Errol Spence fight that made you go say, damn, he that dude? Or, and you can assume and look, man, he a hell of a fighter, bro. One of the best jabs you'll see in boxing. Aggressive, accurate. I mean, it's no question Derrick James done a great job. It's no question his father done a great job. It's no question, his support system did a great job. We're not taking no credit away from Derrick James. We're a joke. We ain't taking no credit away from Errol Spence. But at the end of the day, you look at guys, and I say this all the time, you look at guys like Sugar Ray Leonard. He beat the youngest world champion in boxing history, and that would never change unless the rules change to Roberto Benitez. And that still didn't validate him in boxing fans' mind. And you got to think about it. It's no fighter in the history that's came into boxing with more pageantry, white, black, Italian, African, British, Canadian, Jamaican, from the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Dominican Republic, from Mexico, Antarctica, North to South Pole. You know what I'm saying? I remember these twins that was from the U.S. Virgin Islands. I told my boy to put me on at college because the little girl he's messing with, man, he put me on. I got scared. I froze up. Don't even worry about it. Like I said before, players fuck up too. Players fuck up too, Craig. At this point in my life, bro, I be talking to people. I don't be scared to tell my imperfections or my issues and my problems, dude. I just be hoping to help the next dude out. So it happens. But yeah, I just want to know, like, where is this difference from? Like, where is this catastrophic difference between both of them, even in the numbers department? Terence Crawford has sold as many markets as Errol Spence. He sold in Vegas. That's something that Errol Spence never done. That's what we saying. We're not taking away what he's doing. But, you look at Sugar Ray Leonard, he was not validated. You know what I'm saying? I say this all the time. My favorite Ray Leonard fight is the first Duran fight when he won. And you got to understand, there's no fighter that came into boxing with more. He was the original golden child. Muhammad Ali, you got to understand, Ali came with a gold medal. But Ali wasn't universally loved at that point from the beginning. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard came up on, you know, I don't think they had headgear in the amateurs. They weren't doing it. You know, I don't think they're doing no more for Olympic stuff though. But the Olympics not there no more. There was no more celebrated. It's no more celebrated fighter than Sugar Ray Leonard coming into the pros. You know, De La Hoya was the second golden boy, but Ray Leonard was the original golden boy. My granny loved Ray Leonard, and you know, let Nate tell it. Nate will tell you, Sugar Ray Leonard was the reason boxing went for 15 and 12 rounds. Ray Leonard was fighting at catchweights first. Ray Leonard was a shrewd negotiator. Got to understand what he did to Roberto Duran as well too. After he lost the first fight, he knew that Roberto Duran was going. The word was Roberto Duran going back home to Panama, ate a whole bunch, gained weight. So he asked for a quick turnaround. So when Roberto Duran was eating, he demanded a quick turnaround. Even though he lost, same like Canelo, he was the golden child. So Roberto Duran had to turn around. He enjoyed himself at the table, turn around, lose all the weight. So in a fast manner, weight drain. So Sugar Ray Leonard can have the advantage. So he can have the advantage. I was gonna let people come on to that with the 5 and below, bro. They closed at 6 today, so I got to get an aux cord. So my apologies. So hopefully tomorrow I can get there. I went today. We can have one. So think about that for a minute. So that's when you talking about having real clout. When niggas like Sugar Ray Leonard, it's really no negotiations. You like Oscar De La Hoya, there's no negotiations. You show up and you do it. My Mayweather said, they picked the gloves. I just had to show up. He ain't on that level. Not saying he can't reach that level. But it's so much that go into that. People, they felt that they grew up with Ray Leonard. It's like Michael Jackson effect. Why was Michael Jackson so big? I mean, you watch Michael Jackson grow from a young boy to a teenager to an adult. You see the maturation process. It's no different from seeing a channel with 500,000 subs or 1,000,000 subs. People that been there, longer. You see the maturation process or the progress. And but it's nothing taken away from them. True Me today said alcoholic big fish tank, and the Earl says know what time it is. That boy shook for real. That's what it's seeming like. But at the end of the day, when your advisor, at the end of the day, I remember Angel Garcia going up there when they supposed to fight Lucas Matias, and Danny Garcia could have been undisputed. Don't forget that. Danny Garcia should have been undisputed at 140 pounds. But Danny Garcia did not commit to fight Lucas Matias. That's why Lucas Matias fought. That's why Lucas Matias fought Lamont Peterson for a catchweight, because he didn't want to lose his rank in I think the WBC ranking system. So Matias, knocked out Lamont Peterson at 141 because there was no deal in place that Danny Garcia was going to fight him. And had Danny Garcia said, "Well, I fight him," fights for the belt, you get the belt, fight it. We put it in writing. Danny Garcia robbed himself as undisputed. He did. This is how Al Heyman running this shit. Why would you advise? Why would anybody advise, or even if it was his personal manager, advise somebody not to fight for a world title? And then he holds up a regular belt when he get one at 47 when he barely got versus nobody. Al Heyman just makes so many business mistakes, bro. It's the honest truth. You playing a long game in a short sport. Come on, when I go to par 9 or par 3 golf courses, I don't have to bring my drivers, bro. I have to bring my 3-wood. I don't have to tee off with a fucking driver, bro. So why aren't we bringing big clubs to a short game? Ask yourself that. Come on. But when you sign over all that power, over, guess what? Come on, you just under his control. Of course, he said him and Al not gonna split up. But at the end of the day, I never said that Thurman wasn't a good fight. It would have been a better fight years ago. You can say the same thing about the Crawford fight. It would have been a better fight years ago. I know he ain't enjoying fighting once a year, no matter how good the checks is. Why not double up, triple up? May says Harlem World, nigga, double up. I already know that. But now I said we acting like the resumes are polar opposite. They not. When you throw all the facts in there, Terence Crawford has done way more. Errol Spence beat names that was built off of PBC. They names. Sean Porter's a name. Ugas is somewhat a name. Mikey Garcia is a name. That's the same Mikey Garcia who didn't want to rumble in the jungle with Lomachenko. Didn't want to fight Robert Jr. until the Fortuna fight. Bud is none of that logo. I don't know if he do got a logo. I got a t-shirt. That's a lie. He don't need to sign that bullshit contract. Them getting allowance over there. And if you, my thing is, if I did sign it, I just fucking retire. But my thing is, if you sign over intellectual property, you know what's the statute on that? I mean, how long does that go? That's the stuff you got to be answering. If you come back and I just read, but then I mean, shit, it is what it is. What about Kell Brook? He was affiliated with PBC too. Garcia, Brownies, Ugas. Who was Brownies? Ugas wasn't shit. You know, you a dark. I don't know. He ain't fought nobody. I remember at the end of the day, we could say Errol Spence ain't fought nobody. That's crazy. Who did Errol Spence fight? He didn't fight Pacquiao. He didn't fight Jeff Horn. He didn't fight Floyd Mayweather. He didn't fight Keith Thurman. When Keith had the belts. He didn't fight Terence Crawford where everybody want to see him fight. Come on. He didn't fight Lucas Matias. He didn't fight Amir Khan. We can go on and on naming guys that he didn't fight. He's been around since 2012. Heard he ducked Randall Bailey. I heard Al Heyman did that on his behalf. Forgot about that. Come on. Who did he fight? That's all I want to know. But I'm going to stop it. Whatever. Steel City Luke. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Terence Spence has a better resume, but he wants to fight Bud, doesn't he? Fought Amnesia. Amnesia? What you mean? What he supposed to do? Not fight for a whole year? What you want the man to do? Shit, y'all crazy. Though he was all right. So Terence Crawford was supposed to sit there for a whole year and then not come back until April. So think about it. November, that's a year. December, January, February, March, April, 5. That's a year and a half, bro. So Terence Crawford would have been sitting around waiting on Errol Spence. Errol Spence got into an accident. He would have had to wait to April 2023. He didn't fight in 2022. He wouldn't have fought in January, February, March. He would have been getting back in the ring in April to fight Errol Spence. How much do that sound? Who want to miss a check? You gonna wait? You gonna take $10 million or whatever he made versus Ivanesian? You gonna miss out on that and to fight Errol Spence for no guarantee? You crazy? Support the channel, Venmo, CJ Good 313. That don't make no sense. So he would have missed 2022 and half of 2023 waiting on Errol Spence. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. He said Spence don't do tune-ups. Didn't he fight Carlos Ocampo? Lamont Peterson was a fucking tune-up. How about that? Mikey Garcia was a tune-up. Earl will walk away from the division that becomes real. His camp knows it's on the table, giving Spence a lifestyle. And that's cool, but you gotta watch what you say, bro. I say this all the time, man. The word that that should be rarely used. You know how people say I can't. Right after I can't is never. You know what I'm saying? I said I never show my face on Facebook, on YouTube. I had to. You know what I'm saying? Every time you say never, man, I never had to rob somebody, man. You might be in a position where that might be the only way. You know what I'm saying? You might say, I never dated a chick that's skinny. Man, that might be the perfect girl for you. Well, I never drive in that, and that might be the rental car that you need to drive until you get your next car, your little shooter. So never say never. You could be on top today and be on the bottom today. It changed like that. Can't and never, you got to use that very, 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 very carefully. Because I said, man, I never do some shit, and I had to do it. And I learned that from life. You never don't know what you go through with life, what you would do. You never know until you live. I've learned never root for the Cowboys. Shit, you might need the Cowboys to knock somebody out so you can make the playoffs. Support the channel, CJ Good 313. That's what it is. He the one that sold the dream of a strap season. He the one that sold the dream of undisputed, not us. We just holding him accountable what he's saying. And if you can't accommodate what you're saying, just don't say it. Like, EPMD say. So what you saying? He must just be a customer. Shout out to EMPD. That's life. That's why you got to keep shit short and simple, bro. Short and simple. The longer you talk, the more, you give them. I never fight him, or he on the wrong side of the street. And imagine he never said that shit and just, imagine if Al Heyman did his job and made him and Keith Thurman. Then they got the WBO belt for Bud, went over there, bro. Imagine that. Because at that point, all I had to do was pay off or Jeff Horn, pay off his promoter, pay off Bob, and make him undisputed. Like Camillus in there said, he said he had to pay to get Ron Dirty number one. He said payola, people say payola don't exist, but it do. It's real. He should be gone. He shouldn't even be fucking with Bud. Unless Bud want to come up to 54 at this point. So at the end of the day, you got to look at stuff, from a different angle. And that's why I try to give my best perspective. And that's the God honest truth, bro. That's the God honest truth. And that's the God honest truth, bro. So, if he didn't say that shit, Leo Santa Cruz get a pass, and ain't because he white or he Mexican. Shit. Leo Santa Cruz just keep it short, simple. That's the difference. He created he created this. If he just did his job and say, you know what, it would be nice, but we'll see what happened. We'll see how the politics come into play. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Anthony Ware salute. That's how you do it. Therefore, people say, oh man, dude, you ain't fighting Terence Crawford. I wanted to get undisputed, but the politics stopped me from getting undisputed. I apologize to y'all. I try to accomplish that, at the net. Cool. Oh man, you ain't going for it. I never said I was gonna be undisputed. Y'all put that in my mouth. Pause. You know what I'm saying? That's different. That's different. And it's not that bad. When you start chucking and jiving in front of the camera, you start opening your mouth a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like going into the interrogation room. Remember Carlton and Will got pulled over? And Carlton speaking too much, you keep that short, simple, and precise. No matter what you're dealing with. D-Lo 404 about how many fights fell out with Canelo, Floyd, Oscar, or even with Wilder or Fury because due to B-side issues. That shit really happens. A-side makes the fight happen or not. And at the end of the day, D-Lo Brown, he right. Shout out D-Lo Brown. D-Lo Low 404 boxing. Shout out to Atlanta. He right. And when you talking about A-sides of their caliber, it's never a money issue. Never really a money issue. Deuce Jones say, nice analogy, bringing drivers to putt-putt. No, you leave them shits in the car. Unless you want to go play a regular full course. But yeah, you in a short game here. You in a short game. Boxing is short. Everybody don't have 10-year careers like Errol Spence. Anybody goes as long as Canelo Alvarez. It's like football. That's an acronym for the NFL, not for long. Not for long. That's life. Real talk, that's life. That is life. But in boxing, it's not for long. You know, you want to maximize your potential, as much as possible. Crawford Spence was good to go on fight night. Spence fought Mikey, in my opinion. It was good to go on the fight night. Spence fought Mikey, in my opinion. They could have. They let Terence Crawford grow into the weight class and all that. And, whatever they hid behind the Bob Arum excuse, and then they created another excuse. He said Mikey didn't want to fight Gamboa. Yeah, he didn't. But then again, Gamboa didn't want to fight Rios either to get out his top rank deal. I think 50 got him out. Remember all that shit was going on? He said Al Heyman mandated Peter Quillen dropped the belt 50. It was 60, 500K. Quillen was never the same. Yeah, you can watch Counter Punch on Netflix. You got Colbert in there too. You got Chris Colbert in it. I still follow the amateur guy on Facebook that's in it. What's his name? Cam Austin. I still follow him. But hold on. Gotta set my alarm. I gotta wake up in the morning. We got when I get my regular phone back. They ain't said nothing yet. Hold on. What the hell going on here? My bad. But yeah, but y'all act like it's a drastic difference in what they did in Brownie's just killed Brooke. All right, shot to Trump is boxing third. Top of the oranges, you might get in the ring and Terence Crawford might tear that ass up. Cool. Might get in the ring. Errol Spence might tear that ass up. Cool. Or it might be just too close to call. It's like that. Sign over the rights to intellectual property and may go on forever with no transparency. There you go. And when you got money to stand on, you don't have to sign any old thing. I told you that. If you living with that girl and and you can financially do on your own, that it ain't so easy for her to leave. People talk about why women, don't be leaving abusive relationships, verbally, physically, or they sticking around with somebody. I mean, it could be a lot of things. But the thing about it is, people think it's easy just to walk away. It ain't. You know how much going to you don't wake up one day, you in a serious relationship, be like, well, I'm gone. No, you might say, yeah, I need to start the process. But when you have a leg to stand on, you have leverage. Everybody treats you different, bro. Everybody teach you when you got leverage. That's why a lot of them dudes that back in the day, traditionally, the dude go to work and take care of how the woman take care of the house. And 10 years go by and you ain't work. What you gonna do? Alimony only goes so far. That's a totally different ball game. So when you got leverage, you know what I'm saying? So if you driving, you say, well, I'm gonna drive to Arkansas so we can go to vacation. Guess what? If you say we ain't stopping but here, here, and here, or we driving straight through, or we gonna do half and stop, and guess what? You got all the leverage. That's the thing. That's the thing about life. When you got leverage, everybody treats you different. Fuck money. When you got leverage, And Terence Crawford must have enough leverage to feel like I don't have to sign any old deal. How many times you did something you knew it was gonna, I know there's some bullshit. You about to go over chick house, it's a dummy mission, but you desperate. You desperate. You gonna take that chance and take that. You know what the L is. It's gonna be an L if it don't come through. You get there, she be bullshitting. She just want to lay up there and watch a movie and shit. She be bullshitting. You already know what expectations is. Brooke, a future Hall of Famer. Okay. Who guess I don't know about that. Family J Fish checking on Lacey J. Shout out to J Fish 101. Shout out to everybody. Happy New Year's. And you asked what I did, nothing. Watched a little bit of the games and then set up for a minute. The child left. Then I went to sleep. Then gunshots woke me up. You know, I thought about going out. There really wasn't no point. He said Ricky Barnes Hall of Famer, Gamble Hall of Famer, DS Hall of Famer, Postal Hall of Famer. Yeah, I mean, you can keep going on and on, depending on what y'all mean by Hall of Famer. He didn't come back in April. He might as well fight Bud. I like the number 4 jersey, bro. That shit fire. The Dak boy. I ain't gonna lie, sports fanatic. That shit hard. I like the white ones with the stars on them too. Remember they wore them in Little Giants, but I mean, it's money that go into that, bro. You know, Al Heyman don't want the unknown in his business, and Bud was so meticulous in handling that business, it probably turned him off. You know what I'm saying? You know, why would I go over here give you a deal that the rest of my fighters didn't get? Now they asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Like they can accept Canelo Alvarez. It's fucking Canelo doing what he want to do, but not this. No, that nigga doing on the high. Heyman on this such propriety. He said, "Don't forget the personal services clause in PBC fighters contract. D-Lo boxing. That nigga scary. I mean, I don't pretty much know if he's scared per se. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't have to tell you to do one thing, you do it. If you don't do it, then Spence got a little bit more leverage than other fighters like Wilder. Al Heyman wanted that Mikey fight. You know, probably did. It take a lot. Shout out to Don. It take a lot to be a star in boxing. It don't take a lot to be a star in boxing, technically. It don't. You know, but you just gotta market people the right way. You gotta market. You know, you gotta market. You know, but you know, Ray Leonard, man, it's a blueprint out there. Yeah, Bud was supposed to pass on a payday in 2022 to satisfy same fans who were super cool for years with Spence clean up his side street while never lying. I mean, it is what it is. It's truth. Yeah, Bud was supposed to. Okay, right that one. And Spence don't fight Crawford in April. That's a duck, point blank. Him and Yellow Beezy can spin the block together. It's messed up. You know, we want to see it, but like I said, if it didn't happen last year, I'm pretty much moving past it. Pretty much moving past it, bro. It is what it is. Like I said in boxing, as much as they don't want to tell you, this happens. Ray Leonard didn't want to fight Aaron Pryor. I ain't see Tommy signing up for that shit neither. He was that's one of my favorite fighters of all time. If not my favorite, just different, bro. You know, it kind of remind you of Bud a little bit. They both mean as hell, you know. But Pryor was the guy, and at the end of the day, a lot of people don't know how really good he really was, bro. He didn't get that opportunity. You know, that's one thing about boxing. One thing about boxing is you can be the best ever, but without the politics going in your favor, you won't be shit. You won't be shit. Who are these world beaters that Bud beat? Did I say he beat world beaters? Wisdom? Did I say he beat world beaters? Didn't say that. Didn't say that. Was on based on kind of not resume. You can say a lot of guys ain't based off resume too. That's in there. Half the names on fucking on these Hall of Fame lists you can't name. Going back in the day, it wasn't a, but everybody can fight back in the day, can box. And Terence Crawford, when he beat dudes, they was pretty much undefeated. One Jeff Horn undefeated and Dago undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Went over, took a belt, Ricky Burns. So that's the crazy thing about it. You know, he was undefeated. Ronaldo, salute. He was undefeated. Undefeated guys he beaten. But if it was so sweet, go get him out of there. You know, Keith Thurman might cause some problems. I think he caused more problems for Bud than Errol. It's just the styles. But we gonna see. Rest in power to Gangsta Boo, bro. Damn. Damn, man, it's crazy. Crazy. You know, it's crazy. But hopefully, you know, that's messed up, bro. Be here today, be gone tomorrow. Support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. But yeah, rest in power to her. But yeah, with him, everybody act like it's a drastic difference in resumes and all this other stuff. You know, we've been here for 10 years, but like I continue to say, he said nothing about spinning the block either is one or two things. They negotiating, they working something out, or number two, it's done, they passed it. And if they passed it, cool. Cool. But then what's next? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. Give me 1 second. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. Dog Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar. All right, my bad. But yeah, that's what they at with it right now. But they want to move on, move on. Eagle fan. So what? Y'all whooped us in. I ain't whooped the Saints today. But I got questions. I'll answer them. If not, I'll babble on a little bit longer. But yeah, people act like it's a drastic difference between them. You know, it really ain't. It really ain't. They both good fighters, and you need to go ahead and make some shit shake. You need to make some shit shake. But at the end of the day, both tough competitors, and all that. But if they passed it, they passed it. You know, I felt if Bud would have looked vulnerable in the Avanesian fight or Sean Porter fight, they probably would have fought. They probably would have fought. You know, and Errol Spence, his team don't want to accommodate him. Accommodate Bud. Hey, what can you do? You can be like Sean Porter, say, I ain't fighting until, I get the Bud fight. You can do that. But then again, like I said, they say we about to hit another recession. We about to hit another recession. So who trying to miss checks? Who trying to be in a power struggle with Al Heyman? Who really trying to do all that? Come on. Nobody. Nobody. So I understand it from the business side, but like I said, it's been a lot of fights that didn't happen. So, and a lot of them been black versus black fighters. A lot of them been black versus black fighters that did not happen. But like I said before, but people going around acting like the resumes is this, being quiet. Why don't y'all hold him accountable like y'all hold Bud accountable? Think about that for a minute. He said he was gonna spin the block. Now I might spin the block. Now he quiet as hell. Now he quiet. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why not speak up? Why not hold him accountable? You know, now they back to his numbers don't do well and all that. And it's just pathetic. You know, and if you ain't gonna fight Bud, why hold up the division? Why don't you let some of these young dudes eat and leave, you know, Bud to fight the young lions? Why not let him go fight the young lions? You know, now Jamil saying he ain't going nowhere. I don't know. Klitschko Brothers was able to reign over the heavyweight division. Maybe he can too. Him and Jamil. But, you know, there needs to be the same people that get to talking about, you know, black power and togetherness and all that type of stuff. But they not practicing what they preach. You know, he should, if he really wants this fight, do what Sean Porter did. Like, man, I'm fighting, or I ain't fighting at all. This is what I'm fighting. But it's a team effort. I'm pretty sure his dad is in on it. Errol, you know, Derek James on it. Errol Spence, Al Heyman, whoever he working with on. They probably just saying it ain't worth it. This is the plan we gonna want to go with. Like I continue to tell you, this is the short game, not the long game. This is the short game, not the long game. That's come on. You got opportunity to be in the big mega fight. You know, it's no feeling like that. We used to watch Mayweather, Ali, Hagler, Leonard Hearns, you know, and really, really monumental fights. You know, when boxing transcended, you know, other sports. When boxing brought the hood out, you know, and now it's turned a blind eye. And you know, at the end of the day, dude, you can just come on and say, man, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, it's not in the cards. But then people gonna say, well, why you got the belt then? Get a belt up. He said, not about to. We already in the recession. You know, exactly. A lot of people don't even know it, looking at the interest rates of houses and cars and shit. They telling me, unless you really need a car, house, you know, don't do it. And I say, well, give me a new car. They was like, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? The dude I shared in the community tab. And that just popped on my that just popped up on my feed too. You know, God must have put that right on my feed. It's probably like, look at this shit, man. What is you doing? Probably exactly what we're saying. So your spirit be letting you know, but continuing on with him, you know, he the A side, you know, he the dominant fighter, make it happen. But if he really was a dominant A side fighter, guess what? Guess what? He would, you know, he would make it wouldn't be no issue over money or paying somebody. It wouldn't be an issue. It would not be an issue. It would not be an issue. But he started complaining about money. Then he ain't no real A side. You know. But would Pacquiao help him get there, and this guy would have helped him get here? I ain't sure. I'm not. I don't think they have a great formula for making pay-per-view stars. Sports Channel, Venmo, CJ Good, 313. So Earl said he wouldn't fight Thurman. We got to hold him accountable. Fighting Thurman does nothing. At this point, it's a resume builder, a name builder, but you got a point. It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. But get him prepared to fight more perpetual. Get him to prepare to fight more perpetual movers when he's moving up. So he said, man, bro, I'm questioning buying a car APR at anywhere between 10 and 16% with the 7+100 credit card. That's insane because it's the 5% is usually a going rate. You trading something in, yeah, they give you 1,000 more, but they about to sell it for 10,000 more than that. That's the crazy thing about it. But then again, to keep a 700 credit score, you probably gonna need that car. That's the crazy shit about it. So you talking about they doubling up on interest. So we bought 700, you should be about 5%, 5.8, something like that. So you think about that for a minute. If you say, oh, they 10%, come on. The cheaper you buying, the cheaper the less the interest gonna hit you. And the banks, the banks and credit unions used to be a little bit more cheaper than that. But let's tell you the difference real quick, right? So, car you want is 50 grand, right? That's a little bit rich for my blood. So you say, well, the difference between 5% and 10%, right? Was it hold on. So yeah, it's like that's five a grand additional right there with the 10%. You go back, you go 5%, that's $2,500. You know how big a difference that is, bro? 25 to doubling up to 5. But if you have to, you have to. And real talk, yeah, salute. But if you have to, you have to. But if you don't have to, guess what? Like my man said in the community tab, I put the video I posted yesterday. He said, "What comes up, what goes up must come down." So yeah, that's the crazy thing. Something to salute. That's the crazy thing about it. But to continue on, it's like but Spence is like, dude, like he not being held accountable by a fan base. So that allowed him to do what he wanted to do. Now, if he had a history of making big, great fights, and he was the big draw, I mean, people have a problem with Terence Crawford trying to negotiate because ain't nothing to negotiate. I'm that guy. You not the guy. Here you go. That's what it is. That's what it is. But I said before, in that phone call they recorded, he said he just want people to get off his back. He hearing all this. He hearing it. He hearing it. He hearing it. They're probably gonna fight Keith in Dallas or something like that. I'm not sure. But to power to him. But y'all acting like it's a drastic difference between these dudes and resumes and all that. It's really not. Once you put all the numbers into the equation, it's not as bad. It's not bad. It's not a gap. Especially y'all start opening up the real numbers. Because if he really was a star, like I said, wouldn't be no complaining about the money in the pot. And, he would have been fought in Vegas by now. Errol Spence don't know it, but his career ain't trending in the direction it should be trending in. He should be in, he should be aligning himself. They should be aligning him in the market, the supermarket, car wash. He should be everywhere on everything. You know what I'm saying? His name should be ringing bells even when he's not fighting. Even when he's not fighting, it should be ringing bells. So I say he come back in April, whatever, but they're not doing a great job of putting him in a position to be successful. But, if he don't want to fight Terence Crawford, he don't have to. The only way you can voice your opinion is by not talking about the fight and not buying it. That's what it is. But part of the reason that it's hitting him so hard, it's hitting him so hard. It hit him real hard if people wake up. But he'll be allowed to do what he want to do. So, come on. Can't complain about that. So ain't nobody applying no pressure on him to do the opposite. None. But if he never put some of this stuff out here, never dissed Terence Crawford, never said 70-30, never said the side of the streets and stuff of that nature, I think he'd be in great shape. I think he'd be in great shape. I think he'd be in tremendous shape. But, now people are going to hold you to your word. Now people are going to hold you to your word. Now people want accountability. Basically say you ain't fighting a dude and you turn around and fight him. But I'm pretty sure Terence Crawford working on his next move, and my only question to him is, what's the end goal? That's my issue. What else you fighting for? What else is he fighting for? That's the $1 million question. What is he fighting for? So I know he wanna know, but what are you fighting for? That's the $1 million question. What is there left to do? So Bud can pull out of negotiation fight, CW tune up, Spence by mandatory former tune. Man, I ain't trying to hear that, bro. He went from being outside the top 50 to being a mandatory. Come on. And even if Terence Crawford did pull out negotiations, you wanted him to wait from November 2021 till April 2023. Come on. It seemed like this validated his decision to fight Albanese. That's what it looked like to me. So you wanted him to sit here and negotiate with Spence in good faith and then not fight until April 2023. And then they probably wouldn't have fought April 2023. Tell me I'm lying. They probably wouldn't have fought April 20. So that's my whole thing about it. People say, "Oh, he can pull out and go." What? No fight about to happen no time soon. You see how big Errol Spence look, bro? It don't look like he nowhere near welterweight. So I don't really understand it. Where you coming from? But at the end of the day, like the man did what was best for Errol Spence. Best for Terence Crawford. That's all. The fight wasn't happening this year. Why is that? It's still a talking point for Errol Spence fans, QT. Man, it ain't happening to the middle of next year. And the way and the crazy thing about it too, somebody pointed this out too. The crazy thing about it is, they put in Errol Spence in May and April. Wasn't Tank supposed to fight in April on pay-per-view? That's the crazy thing then. Wasn't Spence supposed to fight in wasn't Tank supposed to fight in April? So I don't know what's going on. Who would Bud fight? He will wait for Thurman. I don't think Bud is ever gonna fight Spence or Thurman. In my opinion. I don't know what he gonna do. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. So but and I never bashed the Thurman fight. I still think it's a very intriguing and interesting fight. It's very intriguing and interesting for Spence. You finally see Spence in there versus somebody who a real perpetual mover. It's gonna be interesting to see how you break Keith Thurman down. It's gonna be very interesting to see how you break Keith Thurman down, but at the end of the day, people know the fight that they want to see, and I don't know what the plan is. He got 120 days after his next fight to fight Deron Ennis. Another talking point, Bud fan. Bud made a business move to fight Albanese, but if Earl would have did that, it's called the duck. At the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, when you speak on that, what did you want Terence Crawford to do? Wait around until April 2023 and fight him? Terence Crawford looked like he was Errol Spence like he was nowhere near the weight. Come on, he supposed to sit there and not fight? That's my question. What you want him to do? Sit there and not fight? I'm not sure what Nate won't. Spence was about 200 pounds. Kid Bud in the super chat say, Happy New Year, bro. Appreciate it. Happy New Year. First donation of the new year. Appreciate it. So Spence ain't no damn 200. I was in the gym. I don't know what the fuck he was then. I don't know what he was. He was big as hell. So, I don't know what to call it, bro. But hopefully we get a conclusion to this talk. Hopefully we find a conclusion. Any other questions I answer before I get off? Hopefully we find a conclusion. That's all that we can ask for. But if he fight Keith Thurman, that's a solid fight. We'll see how he do versus somebody that move their feet. I expect he'll do well because Keith Thurman don't like using the jab. He gonna fight somebody that can punch too. Keith Thurman still got some heat in them hands. He just ain't gonna finish you, and that's the problem. He just don't know how to finish. He don't know how to work up and down. He don't know how to throw straight shots. He don't like to throw straight shots. So that's them kind of be his Achilles heel. You don't think Spence was willing to wait as long? But at the end of the day, Spence fought in April. Bud fought in November of the previous year. What you expect? Come on. The man ain't made money off boxing since November 2021 before he fought. So what am I waiting around for? A company who telling me they don't have no money, who want me to fight with the net and the net? You crazy. You crazy. You're crazy, bro. You got a chick, and you one chick you talking to, she nice looking. Other chick you talking to, she nice looking. Right? Y'all got ball kicking it, single separately. One chick, nice looking chick, keep inviting you over, don't nothing happen. The other chick, nice, invite you over, something happen. Come on, if the same situation came up next weekend, who you rolling with? You know what I'm saying? You already know. Even if you go to the other chick house and hopefully it happened, guess what? If it don't happen over there, you're gonna slide out of there and go back over old girl house. You ain't mad at it. So basically, boxing does the business of boxing don't want split. Of course they don't. They don't want two black people fighting. They don't. It's messed up. I can't tell you why. Maybe ain't no money in it, like they really saying. So be it. So be it. Ain't nothing that they can control or not can control. But that's what it sounds like to me, that they ain't interested. They ain't interested, but whatever. If Bud fight Boots, will they call him a duck? Bud, I don't think so. They gonna just move the bar back once he fuck Boots up. It's like Errol Spence. If Errol Spence get in there and fight Bud and beat him, they gonna praise him to the highest note. If Spence PBC wanted to fight Crawford, it would be next, not Thurman. Earl can move up, win or lose, and not have to worry about mandatories. Exactly. So keep Thurman been in the gym and all that. But if that's all we got, don't forget you watch this on the Boxing Live 101 playlist on YouTube, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, a number of different places. Appreciate everybody listening to our podcast. You can follow us on YouTube at Goodfella TV. Once you get on YouTube, you hit the link tree in the description, first link there, and find us all over social media. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.